Again, this is the Legally Still Show, and I'm your host, S.C. Day. Good Saturday morning. This is the time of year. When I say this is the time of year, every month is that time of the year of giving, and there are charities. I think the last count in America is about 1.9 million charities, and I may be way under, but 1.9 million charities throughout the U.S. that someone is asking for money. Someone wants money. Give. And with so many charities out there, how do you make yourself stand above everyone else? And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the art of giving and why these three things, guilt, fear, and pain, causes people to donate money. We're going to talk about a couple of cases in the news, and then we're going to talk about an event that we have coming up. The Legally Still Show is proudly sponsoring this event that's coming up in August, and we want to raise money for this event. Now, in studio with me, I have Dr. Tina White and attorney Jeremy Simon. And what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce, well, matter of fact, I'm going to let Dr. White tell you who she is. Dr. White, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. I am the director of the Pasco County Visitation Center. We service children that are either part of domestic violence situations or are in the foster care system. We have a safe environment for them to come and visit with their children. The parents and the children visit together in that environment.
Now, how long has this center been in play, been in existence?
We have been open since 2006.
Since 2006. So you've been around the block a little while.
Quite a few times.
Okay, gotcha. And a certified 501c3, correct?
Yes, we are.
Okay. And we also have in here, in studio with us, the man behind the plan. Well, not the man behind the plan. Dr. White is the lady behind the plan. But I guess Jeremy Simon would be the man that enacted it all. Tell us about it, Jeremy. Well, introduce yourself first.
Jeremy Simons. I'm an attorney based out of Newport Richey, practicing law and family law and contract law, and we have a bankruptcy division. But what Dr. White approached my firm and said, we need some money for a playground. Can you help? And she told me the amount that they needed, and I said, well, that's the easy part.
Right.
We can do much better than that. Not only can we build a playground,
right,
but we can use the playground as the tangible symbol of an outreach program to get the community involved, educated, and behind the program itself, which should foster into a playground plus more services for the community,
right,
and an understanding of what's going on and why these children are at the community. And so once I thought, her idea was too small, we blew it into presently, I think we've just reached 20 official sponsors.
Wow.
And blew it up into the opportunity to be here this morning with you.
Now, think about that for a second. Since you've initiated this, you have brought on 20 sponsors. Now, let's talk for just a second, because I told you I want to talk about why people give to charities. And why do businesses sponsor charities? Why do you think that is the case?
I think it's threefold.
Okay.
I think there's three reasons. I think people want to feel good about giving to a cause that they can get behind. I think they want to also show the community that they are the type of small business or company that supports those efforts that mean the most to the community, which helping kids get into safe environments is an easy choice.
Right.
And the third is because from a selfish perspective, there is some advertising opportunity in order to help their business build. You give a little and gain a lot.
You touched on one of those attributes, and it's called pain. When you can find a business or an individual's pain, and you can touch those painful buttons, people will open their pockets. Now, Dr. White, tell us a little bit more about family partnership. Because, and the reason I'm asking this is, when Jeremy approached me, we talked about it, and you're not really viewed in the public's eye as high on the food chain. It's kind of like we look at you almost from a negative perspective. Now, tell us about family partnership, and then we're going to talk about why we should not look at you from a negative perspective and why we should be praising what you do in the community.
You're right. We are not always viewed in the best perspective, probably for the most reason because these families are coming to us directly from court.
Right.
They've either just been told you can't see your child without being supervised because we don't trust you with your child, or they've been told we're taking your child away and you're only going to see them for an hour a week, and this person's going to watch you and tell us how you parent because we have concerns that maybe you can't. So when they come to the visitation center, these parents, they're on guard. They don't like us. They may be nasty to us because they think that we're going to put them under a microscope while they're visiting with their children.
And the first time I met you, you are so very passionate about what you do. Okay, you had tears in your eyes because of the fact that you want these families back together. You don't want them to be separated, correct?
That's right, and we have put many families back together just by loving them and teaching them.
Right.
We teach parenting skills. We have very frank conversations with them about what behaviors are appropriate and not appropriate. We go to court for them. We're not subpoenaed, but we go because we are some of these families' biggest cheerleaders. And sometimes we're just the child's biggest cheerleader because it's not going to work with the family. But if we can make it work to where the family can come back together,
right,
that is our goal. We follow these families home. We do home visits with them. Once they're reunified, their Medicaid and food stamps don't kick in for 30 days. We are finding food for these families. We are their support system.
Right.
When the system goes away, we're still there.
Right. Now, you've built a reputation. You've built a reputation in Pasco County as when you walk into the courtroom, it's kind of like, she's here and we know she's doing a good job and this family has been receiving the best.
Yes. When the judge sees that Family Partnerships is in the courtroom, he will call upon us and say, they're here, what do they have to say? And a lot of times we're testifying from our seats. We're not even coming up to the podium.
Wow. Because they know you there. They know the reputation of what you're doing there.
Yes.
Now, what we want to do, of course, I said, the Legally Still Show is one of the sponsors. And what we're doing is we're reaching out to the community. And we want the listeners and the sound of my voice. We're going to talk about some of the things you have set up to actually promote this event and to actually raise money, how people can donate to this event. But this event is scheduled for August the 11th. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to have sponsors there. Who knows? I may be on the microphone. No, not singing. But I might be on the microphone. But what we want to do is we want to promote this and we want to push this out from a community standpoint. That this is your community. This is in your back door. Now, what is it that you want? I mean, what is all this? What are we requesting? What is it that you want at the center?
We just want a playground.
Wait a minute. You don't want a new building, a couple of vans to shuttle everybody around. What do you want?
We just want a playground.
A playground. A freaking playground. Gotcha. So we're going to put that, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to get that playground. We're going to raise the money to get that playground. And come August, it's going to be an unveiling of this new playground for the children.
That would be awesome. Can I just add one more thing?
Yes.
The reason that we want this playground is because these children, many of them that are in the foster care system, are in the system 4 to 5 times during their lifetime. They're removed, they're reunified, they're removed again, and unfortunately, with just one removal, they can have up to 4 case managers.
Wow.
We have been the same people since 2006. So when these children come back, we don't want them to come back, but when they do, they see that same face. And having a playground would make the visitation center an even better place for them to come, because right now they're in a room visiting with their parents.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there and I've seen it, and you guys are doing excellent work in what you're doing, but we just need some community support.
Yes.
I had a gentleman call in last weekend. Great. I had a gentleman call. Bill, will you stop off the sad music? Okay. Now, I had a gentleman call in last week, and he said, my wife loves to donate, but she really doesn't know where to donate. And of course, with people taking money, where do you put your money? Why would a person want to donate to your charitable cause? Well, let me tell you, and then we're going to go to break. You are a certified 501c3. I've seen the letter. I have a copy of it. You do file your 990. And anybody that knows about 501c3s, they know that you have to file your 990 every year. You're in compliant with everything that you should be. And for any donors, your books are open.
Yes.
You don't mind showing them.
Right.
One of the things I said is that if you go to a charity and you say, can I see your 990? And if they refuse to show it to you, keep your money in your pocket. But your doors are open. Listen, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's in the news. And then we're going to talk about more about the event and what we're going to do. So, Bill, if you don't mind.
To be on Legally Steel, call toll-free 1-866-826-1340 or 727-441-3000. SE Day returns in just a moment.
You tuned in to the Legally Steel Show, Tampa Bay's most engaging consumer advocate talk show.